The man was immediately killed by Taro Sakamoto. The screen turned, only to see that the male guest had actually come to life. The door of the shop opened slowly. It turned out that all this was just the imagination of Sakamoto. Sakamoto was like a crying bear child on the side. At this time, Sakamoto was thinking in his heart, it's a good thing, I almost couldn't help killing him. At this time, another guest came to the shop and praised Sakamoto, it's not worth it. The camera turned, only to see this man sitting on the counter. He also said that he used an original pen to directly poke into the neck. And he said that he saw all the imaginations of Sakamoto. This man was also a killer named Shin. He was the younger partner of Sakamoto. He had a superpower. He could see what others were thinking in their hearts. Shin's words were not finished yet when Sakamoto was in a hurry to kill him. The head was bent for him, letting him die on the spot in an instant. But of course, this was also Sakamoto's imagination. We can see Sakamoto thinking in his heart, and Shin was shocked. Then he immediately showed his identity. And Sakamoto was just dissatisfied with him sitting on his counter, giving him a warning. After Shin explained that he was not malicious, he said he heard that Sakamoto had washed his hands of killing and opened a personal shop. So he hoped that Sakamoto could resume work. After all, it was a waste of Sakamoto's talent. Hearing Shin's words, Sakamoto replied in his heart that he had decided not to be a killer anymore. Seeing Sakamoto full of care, Shin was frustrated. He said that the previous Sakamoto was dazzling. All the bad guys were afraid of him. He stood up at the table in anger and said that Sakamoto was praised by thousands of people. Legendary killer. Why did it become like this now? Listening to Shin's words, Sakamoto calmly opened and soaked instant noodles, eating without being affected at all. Looking at Sakamoto, who seemed not to care, Shin was ready to take a break. He said that the current Sakamoto didn't look like the legend at all. He didn't notice the half sweat in the air. When Shin left, cold sweat ran down his face. The lens turned, only to see Sakamoto eating noodles, his left hand holding half of a knife, his right hand pointing to the mark on the back wall. The lens zoomed in, it was the mark of no smoking. Shin fell into an illusion, thinking about Sakamoto's action just now, don't be too fast. Could it be that Sakamoto is telling me that even if his body is weak, he can kill me at any time? At this time, a man riding a bicycle said hello to Sakamoto and asked him for help. Shin, who was next to him, looked at this scene and thought, this man is not here to entrust Sakamoto to kill people, is he? He randomly followed Sakamoto to the man's house. The man said that the tree was too high to cut, so he wanted to ask Sakamoto to help him trim it. After that, Sakamoto not only solved the problem of the child next door who did not like to eat vegetables, but also helped 2 more children with small problems. After the busy Sakamoto, Shin knelt on the ground with an incredible look. He didn't expect Sakamoto to do all kinds of things. Shin, who didn't dare to believe all this, laughed. He said that Sakamoto must be hiding his true identity, only in this way could he be better integrated into the city. Then he showed a confident look, meaning that all this was very funny to him. Ready to leave, just as Shin said he would come again, a toy sword hit his head accurately, perfectly putting him down. Shin, who returned to the car, thought about Sakamoto, whom he had not seen for 5 years. It turned out to be this look. But when he thought of Sakamoto, holding a blade, Shin still felt that the Sakamoto in his heart was still so handsome. At the same time, as his head kept hitting the steering wheel, he said, even if he's the retired Sakamoto, the atmosphere is still so different. I really want to work with him. At this time, because of the noise in the car, he had been noticed outside by the child's aunt, as if something indescribable was happening. At this time, Shin's mobile phone began to vibrate. He picked it up and asked the boss what was up. The boss on the other end of the phone, after learning that Shin did not convince Sakamoto, immediately asked Shin if he killed Sakamoto.